Hey Lions, what's up? Today I'm going to show you my $500 account and how I built it to $2,619. We will also discuss my full history, why I entered trades, what were the reasons, so hopefully you guys can learn something. As you can see, I got my full history over here, $500 deposit, and then we scalped, obviously stop loss and take profit levels. When I'm scalping, I don't usually use them, but I did a swing trade one time. This was my last trade. As you can see, stop loss and take profit levels are marked. Swap rate, obviously, because we kept this trade open for 3 days. But generally, we killed the market. $2,119.17 has been made within 11 days time. As you can see, we started January 4th. We ended January 15th. This is also a live account, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. It did take a lot of time for me to place these trades. As you can see, some of them were not so profitable, but luckily enough, I closed them off early to not take too much of a loss. Right, so we're just gonna do it very quickly. This is the Euro USD currency pair, 0.5 lot size. So what we're gonna do is just go over here, 0.5, and I believe I marked this level. I believe this is where we entered. Now, if we have a look at it closely, as you can see, bearish engulfing candle, also moving averages over here have all been crossed, the 9th, 25 and 50. Usually I don't use the 9th, but in this case when I was scalping I did. It was very helpful in letting me know when to actually exit trades, and I'll talk about that in just a second. But as you can see, bearish engulfing candle, this trade has been entered over here. We took the trade down, started to consolidate, and we closed off somewhere around this area zone. So obviously it was trending towards the upside, the 1, 2, 3 touch pattern. After the market decided to break, I knew there's going to be a pullback to the previous area of sensitivity. Where is it? Around this area zone plus the moving averages. So this is where the market reacted at, moving averages, bearish engulfing candle confirmation, we enter, go short. And this was the trade, and simply enough, we managed to bank ourselves at least $126. As you can see, we kept this trade open for a couple of hours time, but it was definitely worth it. So the next trade is the GBP USD trade. Is a buy trade. We're going up, so let's see what's going on. So 23.45, this is where we entered, I believe. Bullish engulfing candle once again. I believe it's a very familiar pattern for you guys, trending towards the upside. Every time it pulls back, shoot towards the upside once again. Same scenario over here, as you can see, bouncing off the 25 moving average as well. Bullish engulfing candle, trending towards the upside. Probably will continue, and as you can see, it did continue to shoot towards the upside. I did close this trade off, I believe, earlier on. I could have trailed my stop loss a little bit more, as you can see, and it would have been a nice trade of 40 pips plus, but I believe I closed off in around 15 pips profit, but that's okay. If we have a look at the moving average of 9, as you can see, it was crossed as well. This is the reason why I placed this trade. I saw this one, it crossed the 9 moving average. I thought, okay, the bullish pressure should continue, and it did. And once I saw another bullish engulfing candle forming, I was very comfortable with this trade, and it continued to shoot towards the upside every time, making new higher highs. I also remember looking at this trade on the 1 hourly time frame. I actually had my moving average of 9 closed off. So what I saw over here, look, there was a nice break, right? It was trending towards the upside very nicely. This break over here confirms nice sell pressure, right? Bearish engulfing candle shooting towards the downside, right? It shot towards the downside very much. Let's say from the top to bottom, 150 pips. So I knew that this trade, if we have a look at the RSI strength meter, as you can see, it has been overbought. Once I started to see, some sort of consolidation forming and a bullish engulfing candle over here, I knew that on the 15-minute time frame, as you can see, it's trending towards the upside. The consolidation was happening on the 1 hourly time frame. I knew it's quite safe to enter over here and shoot towards the upside, since the RSI indicator has been oversold and very likely bullish pressure will resume. So hopefully guys, you are still here and not bored out of your brain. As you can see, I use sometimes the non-commercial large speculators, which is basically the CO2 data. You can Google it and find it on barchart.com. This information data is quite useful if you want to trade a little bit on the longer term. As I am a swing trader, this is quite useful to me. I also sometimes use the currency strength meters, and yeah, you cannot just rely on them to give yourself an indication what will happen next with the currency pair, but pretty good to see the overall change and how the market has actually moved. As you can see, the US dollar on the weekly has changed positive to 1.34 level. GBP has been the dominant currency pair on the weekly time frame. Let's see the daily. As you can see, GBP remains strong and pretty neutral at the moment this hour, but the 4 hours, as you can see, was quite strong as well. So you can kind of find, as you can see, a pattern. Look at this NZD dollar. Weekly has been a weak, daily has been weak, 4 hourly has been weak, 1 hourly still dropping, which means trading other currency pairs that are maybe stronger than NZD could be a potential opportunity for you guys to profit, you know, on a nice pullback, bearish engulfing candle, bullish engulfing candle, whichever pair you're trading could be a nice trade to the opposite direction of New Zealand dollar, right? Because it's weak, right? So AUD USD, these two trades over here, as you can see, buy trades. We failed one, we won one, pretty damn good. The AUD USD, as you can see, bullish engulfing candle once again, moving averages are below the candlesticks, which show bullish pressure. I actually thought it might, you know, bounce back off this area. As you can see, the wick did bounce back, but once it broke, I was pretty damn confident that probably let's continue to shoot towards the upside and see how much money we can actually get. As you can see, the moving average of 9, this is where it's actually useful. It never broke this area zone. As you can see, kind of shot towards the upside, then started to consolidate a little bit, but hasn't really touched it. So I knew that it's a good indication where to kind of, you know, stop the trade and take profit. So this is where I kind of took the profit. But once I saw this over here, this consolidation, little consolidation on the 15-minute time frame broke, I thought, okay, I'm gonna enter another trade since it's, you know, moving towards the upside very nicely. And then it started to drop down and I lost this trade. I closed off, I'm not too sure where, maybe around this level where the stop loss is. I'm not too sure since I haven't been placing stop losses. I'm just giving you a rough estimate. So this is why I have two AUD USD trades opened, one after the other, you could say. Obviously the first trade we kept it for a couple of hours time, you know, 3 hours time, 4 hours I believe, and then the last trade we only kept it for a couple of hours. But since it was Friday anyway, the volatility dropped. As you can see, it was about to close, so I just closed off manually. I was like, okay, I'm not trading this. So once again, USD CAD now, one lot size trade. This was quite a big one. As you can see, $385 in profit. Bullish engulfing candle once again. I entered somewhere around here. Once I saw this bullish engulfing candle, I was confident in this trade. So I saw this, you know, consolidation little area. Once it broke out, I thought, okay, I'm gonna, you know, run this trade as much as I can. So as you can see, long position, we run this trade as long as we can, 51 pips. I closed in around, you know, 45 to maybe 50 pips, maybe somewhere around here. Pretty damn good trade. I probably closed it just when it touched the moving average. I'm not too sure, as I said, but more than likely, if we have a look at the indicators as well, relative strength index, as you can see, this was a strange scenario. Why did I enter here if RSI is overbought? Well, sometimes the RSI indicator is not that good on the 15-minute time frame, you know, 5 minutes, 15 minutes. As you can see on the 5 minutes, it's in the middle somewhere. It's very different. That's why RSI is not very amazing, you know, on the lower time frames. You generally want to follow the higher time frame bias, and then, you know, once you know, start scalping on the lower time frames, you still want to keep, you know, the overall bias. So look at this. It has been trending towards the downside over here, started to pull back and push towards the upside, but the general direction over here has been going down. But since it broke this huge downtrend, you know, on the 5-minute time frame, more than likely it will start this uptrend. And as you can see over here, it started this nice uptrend. So this area over here was the transition from the downside to the upside, and that's why I placed this trade, and it was very profitable. As I said, $385 in profit USD CAD. Keep in mind that I'm always looking at the economic calendar as well. I was always aware what's happening with the news, and that's why I place these trades. I'm not going to teach you today about the news articles, but they are very, very important, and this is what pretty much influences a lot of Forex movements. So learning about what they mean, what they are. If you're really a newbie, you know, what is a economic calendar? You need to learn all of this before you start scalping your way to the Forex markets, because scalping is not easy. You rather just swing trade or just long-term trade in general. Once you get comfortable, then start swing trading, and then you can start actually making money. Right now, let's switch it up. We have 4 trades on Euro USD. I just spam clicked them. As you can see, I told, if you look at the time, 0.30, 30, 0.30, 32, 0.30, 34. Basically, well, I just spam clicked them. For some odd reason, I had 0.25, you know, lot size over here rather than 1. So I just spam clicked 4, opened 4 trades straight away. And these were very profitable as well. Right, so this was the trade. As you can see, a crossover, very nice crossover of all moving averages, 9, 25 and 50 crossover, bearish engulfing candle, also a new lower low, right? This is very important. This is my main go-to move. As you can see, this was previously respected zone, multiple touches. Every time it touches, you know, an area zone over here, it shoots towards the upside. But in this case, bearish engulfing candle, you know, lower than the previous low, shows that bearish momentum is definitely here and probably will continue. So push, exhaustion, push scenario, shooting towards the downside. That this is what happened over here. Obviously, as I said, moving average cross, very nice, easy peasy lemon squeezy, easy trade. We won at least $350 on this trade. Right, so we have NZD USD now on the 5-minute time frame. As you can see, we entered somewhere around here. This was the NZD USD trade. We sold this trade. One lot size was very nice, $350 in profit. So we literally rode this wave over here very nicely. I believe I didn't use the 9 moving average, so it looked like this. Obviously, push, exhaustion, push scenario started to consolidate a little bit, and then push again, you know, respecting push. So this is why I entered again on the sell trade. As you can see over here, look, NZD USD, this was a sell which we entered over here, was very nice. But then we entered another NZD USD trade after 5 to 6 hours. Don't worry, I was watching the charts. I know I'm running it without stop losses, but it's quarantine, god damn it. You know, you stay at home, so there's nothing better to do than just trade Forex. NZD USD minus 40, as you can see. So somewhere around this area zone, I thought, oh, we're gonna sell it once again. But what happened, it started to shoot towards the upside a little bit. I could have kept it, but as you can see, it started to go towards the upside, so it wasn't worth it, at least for a scalp. So I opened another trade on NZD USD because after this consolidation, it made a new lower low. So I thought it will continue to go down over here, but it happens, you know, this is Forex. It didn't. It started to shoot up, and that's okay as well. So we profited 350 on this trade, NZD USD, but we lost $40 as well. So $310 on NZD USD trade. Thank God I wasn't greedy enough, so I made the lot size trade, as you can see, much smaller. First one was 1 lot size, then it was half of it. And we're nearly running out of trades, so 2 left. Euro Japanese yen. So let's see, 14th of January. And there we go, 14th of January, 11:45. This is where we entered this trade over here, bearish engulfing candle. Probably will continue to shoot towards the downside. You know, I saw this break of moving averages very nicely. So this indicated that more than likely will continue to go down. As you can see, push, exhaustion to the previous area sensitivity. This was the previous area sensitivity. Shot towards the downside. Exhaustion once again to the previous area sensitivity plus the moving averages, shooting towards the downside. This is the technique I use. The moving average of 9, as you can see, kind of bouncing back as well. These are the main 3 lines you can use. Obviously, sometimes I use RSI indicator. Sometimes I use, you know, the 200 moving average as well. As you can see, the length 200 moving average. Once it broke out, it was a sure win over here. As you can see, we entered here. We could have been risky, you know, it could have bounced back, you know. That's why it didn't just break straight away. It had a little consolidation, shot towards the downside. Once it broke like this, I knew it will pull back towards the 200 moving average as well. Bearish engulfing candle once again go down. This was a very nice trade on Euro Japanese Yen, $308 in profit, and it was a very quick one as well. Couple of hours time it was open. And the last but not least, Euro NZD trade. This was a swing trade. Yeah, we actually kept this trade open for 3 days. As you can see, we have a little swap rate, $352 in profit. So let's see. So this is my Euro NZD trade. I actually meant to scalp this trade. As you can see, that's why I entered it very nicely, you know, bullish engulfing candle on the 15-minute time frame, bullish engulfing candle, and a new higher high on the 5-minute time frame. As you can see, this was the previous area of sensitivity, you know, area consolidation over here, new high, you know, pull back, push again towards the upside, right? So this is what you see, you know, on different time frames as well. So this is the 1 hourly time frame. The reason why I kept this trade open is because he had this huge push towards the upside, had a pullback, and it started to push again towards the upside, breaking the yellow 200 moving average, which I said is very, very important. So all of these moving averages are now below the candlesticks, which show bullish pressure. And as you can see, if we just draw the line over here, you can see a nice trend developing, and it's a very, very strong trend towards the upside. So this is why I kept this trade running for a while, and that is why it was quite a profitable trade, $352 in profit. And these are all my trades. This was my trading journey. As you can see, I haven't placed a lot of trades. You know, a lot of people, when scalp, they place a lot of trades. I don't. I generally don't place a lot of trades at all. And people tend to place so many trades for no reason. You rather just find a good trade and place it, and you will become more profitable. And that's the way you build your account balance. Right, so without further ado, peace out, Lions. Have a wonderful day. Stay safe and goodbye.